what to say, what to do. And I think part of the whole process is, we try and do a hospital tour where we actually take them into a delivery room so that you can say, okay, Dad, this is where you stand, this is what you do. So it makes it all a little bit real. So the moment you arrive there, things are a little bit more, vivid, and you know what to do. And then I think the whole issue of sex afterwards, how am I going to deal with this? How soon can I have sex with my partner again?
Will I ever want to again?
Will I ever want to? The whole thing. And then, for a lot of dads tell me, especially when moms are breastfeeding, and you said a lot of that in your one book as well, is that it's kind of like a drive-through. This is not a sexual object for you anymore. It's the feeding source of your baby. So, and I think you look at your wife differently. You don't want to put her into any pain or discomfort. So you tend to, and then mom wants that closeness, even if it's not sex as such, but just that cuddle and all that. So sex definitely a huge part, and some of the questions in the antenatal classes is how soon can we have, and will it hurt, and all those sorts of things. So I think that's a major issue.
An SMS here, Michael, I'm going to throw this one at you. I'm due in October. I want to go to hospital when I feel contractions, but my fiance wants me to be admitted a week before the due date. What should we do? That's from Olivia,
well,
and that's
Olivia,
quite clearly a panicked father.
Panicked father. Olivia, I think you really need to sit down and discuss with your husband. What are his fears? He's clearly trying to take control here. Leave it, ultimately, she's the one who's going to be giving birth. How she chooses, I think, whether it's a natural birth or elective Caesar, let her decide on that. But she needs to sit with her husband, reassure him that, we don't have to make a definite set date. Because if they're going for the natural labour, then there's no set date. I did that. It kept us in relative control. But in her situation, I think the husband his fears need to be allayed. He's feeling very anxious. He's helpless. He's not really in control of the situation. And the fears that Karen is referring to. Am I going to be good enough? Because there's something also about role reversal, that the man suddenly has to nurture, care for not just the baby, but also the mother now. And some men, they still struggle with that.
Do you think that we should be encouraging Dad to be in the room with Mum if he doesn't want to be?
Ultimately, I would say no, because I think the father's anxiety is going to be transferred onto the mother, perhaps even onto the treating staff. And you don't want that. No. You don't want to have a nervous gynecologist because the husband's on edge and pacing up and down. Again, what Karen spoke earlier about the discussion and dialogue between the mother and the father, and if really the father's anxieties are overwhelming, rather stay out and let the mother get on with it.
Daniel.
But I would say, I would add to that.
I was going to ask
keep them within the hospital premises, inside the labor room premises. As soon as the baby comes, you can curtain the mother as the midwives are cleaning the mother. He can see the baby, but not to sit at home and say, my wife went to the hospital, they'll phone me when she has delivered. That one makes the mother feels very much lonely and unloved. But I agree with you. Don't force it him to be inside, because some might not take it very well.
Daniel, as a father as well, as a father and a gynecologist, what would be your message to dads ahead of Father's Day regarding labour?
I would say the message to dads that labour, if your wife is in labour, it's an experience that you never get used to it. I was a gynecologist, but I pretended to be a midwife trying to show her that I can palpate the contraction. But it's always nervous because you were not sure what the outcome will be like. My second born was a cesarean section. I was taking the videos and other there, and I want to tell that I was chased out of theatre. Because I started telling the other gynecologists as they were doing jokes, they said, please look at the blood there. They said, my friend, get out of here. And I was chased out of theatre. You never become an expert in seeing your own wife delivering.
But I would recommend that you go, if just to have stories to tell around the pub. Karen, Daniel, Michael, thank you so much for coming in. And for all the dads watching, we wish you a fantastic Father's Day. You all deserve it. We love to hear from you, mums and dads, so drop us a line to greatexpectations@etv.co.za. You can also buy copies of our Monday and Tuesday programs. They're available from our customer care division on 083 1222, or you can visit our website etv.co.za to order your copy. Goodbye, and remember, you're a great daddy.